What up, guys? Now, I forgot to do Claire's Bond story. I guess it's because she's an SR and I forgot. The event already went away. Whoopsies! I can do it now, though. Where is she? God dang it. I said after the event was over that I'll be done reading the prayers. I feel like I'm gonna have to read more of that. While looking for Polly, who went missing during an investigation, Corey and Claire searched the last place she was seen, a mansion in the Outer Rim. In the annex, once used as a dorm by the Torch of Salvation cultists, they discover a photograph of a mother and daughter tucked inside a notebook. They seem to have had a close relationship. Having trouble seeing it? Want to take a closer look? I don't know if that'll help. Claire holds the photo closer to Query. The faded faces of mother and daughter begin to come into focus. Corey recognizes the face she once saw in a case file. Diapara? Is this someone you know? Do you remember what I said earlier? The reason Miranda and I came to this mansion was to find a colleague of ours who disappeared while investigating a case. Yes, what was her name again? Polly. It was Polly, right? That's right. Polly was investigating a series of disappearances which occurred in the Ark. And Corey points to the little girl in the photo. This girl, Diapara, we were tracking her, but then the trail disappeared. And yet, a photo of Diapara shows up here. That's good. Claire sits down on a nearly collapsed bed frame. I guess I should get the full story before we go any further. The full story? Think about it. What does it mean? Finding the photo here, of all places. It means Diapara was here. At a dormitory that hardly looks fit for anyone to live in. If Polly was trailing her, chances are she came here too. You're right. So, I need to hear everything about these disappearances before moving on. If we can figure out why Diapara ended up in a place like this, perhaps it may even lead us to a clue. Something that could help us find your colleague. To be honest, I don't have the faintest idea of what's going on in this mansion. Maybe hearing someone else's perspective is the right call. Okay. I will tell you what I can about this case. Claire started to get up to make space for Corey, but then froze. This won't do. Huh? This old bed doesn't look sturdy enough to withstand both our weight. Claire proceeds to sit on the floor. Now, start from the beginning. From before Diapara went missing. Inside a quiet police station. Corey types a pen against the case file she is reading. Case number 8. Missing persons, Elsyria 9. Female, 42, psychological counselor. 167 centimeters at 55 kilograms. Exact time of disappearance unknown. Reporting missing to the ACPU by her last client. Notable information? Operated a counseling center. Confirmed to be the same center where Miles Carter underwent counseling. Has a daughter named Diapara. No contact with a daughter as of yet. Also missing? Why did the daughter fail to report her mother's disappearance? The daughter didn't file a missing persons report for her own mother. Corey marks the last line with a star, then looks up from the file. Her eyes move to the large whiteboard. On the left side of the board, a web of lines stretches out from a photo of Elsyria 9, connecting to all of the other missing persons. Corey's eyes follow the line, then stops at Diapara. It's a photo of her recorded by security cameras, passing through the partition that leads to the Outer Rim. Diapara, were you on your way to find your missing mother? But how did you know she was in the Outer Rim? Sorry, Polly. Corey opens Polly's locker. Inside, there are several folders neatly arranged. Is this it? Corey squints as she pulls out one of the folders. She can barely see. Case number 8-1. Missing persons, Diapara. While skimming through the materials Polly organized separately, Corey is struck by something. Right before Diapara disappeared, she was confirmed to have visited El Syria 9's counseling center. Afterwards, she stopped attending school, presumably because she began to investigate her mother's disappearance. A troubling detail was written. Soon after, Diapara herself vanished. Case number 9. Missing person, Polly, ACPU investigator. Went missing during the investigation. Confirmed last seen heading for the Outer Rim. All signs point to her pursuing Diapara alone. Notable information. Confirmed to have visited the counseling center operated by El Syria 9 on the day of her disappearance. The center is currently decommissioned. Entry is not permitted. Recently, a phrase has been reported to be circulating among the staff. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. So Polly visited the counseling center, then went to the Outer Rim and disappeared. But the center itself is closed off now. It seems El Syria 9 and Diapara are the key to all this. Polly must have known that too, which is why she was following Diapara. That's all I can tell you about the case. So basically, Diapara disappeared while investigating her own mother's disappearance. Yes, that's pretty much it. There's one thing that's bugging me. The phrase you mentioned that was circulating among the center's employees. Oh, that? Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. That one? Yes. There was a word in there that sounds familiar. Corey, are you sure you've never heard of the Umbrella Corporation? Back in the corridor of the annex, Claire points to a notice board on the bulletin board. Informed consent form for a clinical trial. At the bottom of the notice is a logo shaped like an umbrella. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. This umbrella is referring to the Umbrella Corporation. This logo is positive proof of that. I think that's what they're going for. I don't know what proof positive means of whatever. Which means that counseling center was somehow tied to the Umbrella Corporation. Umbrella presents itself as a pharmaceutical company, but behind closed doors, they've repeatedly conducted illegal human experiments. They developed viruses that mutate people into violent monsters, and brought about the destruction of Raccoon City. That's right, and now? Claire presses her finger against the umbrella-shaped mark. Their logo was found here as well. Are you starting to get the picture? Why Diapara never reported her mother's disappearance to the police? And why she came alone to a mysterious dorm like this on her own? Without realizing it, Claire presses against the mark so hard that her fingernail scratches it and causes it to tear slightly. 2. Procedure. Participants shall receive the holy elixir of the judge through a purification ritual. The ritual will span 7 days and cannot be halted or abandoned midway. During this period, bodily reactions and transformations will be observed to determine the subject's eligibility for salvation. So Diapara knew her mother was involved with Umbrella or some strange cult, and recklessly came here without notifying the police? If she'd reported it, who knows what sort of punishment her mother would receive? Even so, I still think contacting the police would have been the right thing to do. But Claire took out the photograph of the mother and daughter. A kid her age wouldn't be able to handle something like this on her own. In the photo, Diapara wears a playful smile. A bright smile, showing no trace of worry. You're right. She's too young. Do you think Diapara took part in this bizarre clinical trial somehow? She only came here to find her mother. No, save her mother. For now, all we can do is hope that isn't the case. And do the very best we can. Our very best? Yes. Diapara, your colleague Polly, and the other people who have gone missing. We don't know what happened to them yet. They might be hiding. They might be locked up somewhere. There's no reason to lose hope just yet. In fact, just recently, when we were escaping Raccoon City, what happened was I couldn't get into contact with my brother, Chris. So I went to Raccoon City looking for him. I met a little girl named Sherry Birkin. I think that's how you say it. Sherry Birkin? She was a child who was abandoned by her parents. Hold on a second. Where'd I put it? I don't have anything of hers I can show you. I would have showed you her photo if I had one. You'd see how adorable she was, and how mature she was. Anyway, while escaping the chaos caused by the rampant infections, Sherry and I got split up. A lot happened. Claire closes her eyes for a moment. Her expression darkens, as if recalling those moments. Being chased by a relentless monster, struggling to survive that hellish virus, and Claire's anger causes her to go silent for a while, thinking back to the creature relentlessly chasing her and Sherry. As well as a certain female researcher, Claire finally opens her eyes. She grits her teeth and speaks. So much has happened. At the time, all I could think of was how to reunite with Sherry and get out of Raccoon City together. I was plagued with thoughts of the terrible things that could happen to her while we were apart, but I cast them aside. So, what happened to Sherry? Some way, somehow, Sherry and I both managed to escape the city one day. We went through hell, of course, but we got a lot of help along the way. Oh, good, I'm glad. I'd be worried sick knowing a child was out there all alone, especially if it was where we were ambushed by that infected dog. Right, thank God things worked out. But the only reason we made it was because we did our best with what we were given. Whatever happened, we faced it head on. And that led to the best possible outcome. The same applies to everything in life. The point is, we have to charge forward. If we want things to go our way, right? That's why you and I are working together. So, push aside any negative thoughts as best you can. Dwelling on them will only drag you down. Cast aside any negative thoughts, and do the best with the cards we're dealt. Alright, I'll give it a try. Seeing Corey's resolve, Claire smiles at her. Seeing Claire smiling at her, a question pops into Corey's head. Come to think of it, I don't think you've brought this up. Jill is a police officer affiliated with STARS. So, are you a police officer too? No. Yeah, I figured you were... Wait, what? You're not? Nope, I'm not. As you can see, I don't have a police badge or anything. Although, I wouldn't mind having one. It'd be kind of cool getting to flash one at a time like this. Then are you some kind of special agent? Nope, just an ordinary college student. An ordinary college student? Huh? Corey's eyes dart down to the grenade launcher in Claire's hand. For a college student, all that stuff you just told me about escaping Raccoon City, and staying calm in the face of such bizarre incidents in a strange place, you really don't show any fear at all. Well, I should let you know. The only reason I was able to escape Raccoon City alive was thanks to a bit of help from my brother. What do you mean? He taught me how to handle firearms, mostly for self-defense. Oh, right, you said your brother was a police officer. Yes, unfortunately, I have no idea where he is or what he's up to nowadays. It's been a while since we lost contact. Anyway, that's how I was able to escape from Raccoon City. As for why I'm so calm and collected right now, that's because I've already gone through something similar to this. I faced the infected in Raccoon City. Once you've gone through that kind of peril, you just gradually become used to it. Because there's no way to go back to the way things were before any of this happened. That's true. It's impossible to go back. Of course, just because you get used to it doesn't mean you forget all the horrible things you've seen. No one should have to live like this. Rather than being haunted by those memories all the time, it would be better to live peacefully without knowing that those events ever happened in the first place. That's why I'm trying to stop it, so that there won't be any more people like me. forced to live with this new reality that's been forced upon them. That's very admirable of you. That's a very noble thought. I say that from the bottom of my heart. You don't have to flatter me like that. Claire looks at the photo of the mother and daughter again. Anyway, this family, Diapara's family, if only they could return to how they look in this photo. By the way, this photo, didn't it fall out of a notebook? That's right, I completely forgot about that. Let's see. Huh? Looks like a journal Diapara kept. A journal? It could be worth taking a look. There could be something written in there about the circumstances around her disappearance. Taking Corey's suggestion to heart, Claire opens up the journal. Ahem. Let me read this to you. The very first line of the diary reads, "Life was ordinary. The mundane days I spent with Mom and Dad. I can still recall them with perfect clarity. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about our day. All of us sprawled out, watching TV together in comfort. The quiet little conversations we'd have before falling asleep." Oh, it cut me off! Okay, I see. I'm pretty sure we saw that in the event story. Okay. I don't know if they put that much work into Claire's. I do like how each of their things was kind of a separate thing, if that makes sense. What's it called? Jill and Miranda's was inside the lab, and then obviously Ada was with us, and what's her face? D? And right here, Query is with Claire. Very interesting. Oh, and look on the bright side, I didn't have to say the prayers again. That's good. I said that thing like 50 times during the actual event. Jesus Christ. Anyways, good thing I remembered to do Claire's. I forgot that these SRs also have their own Bond story and stuff. God damn it. The event went away and I'm just barely doing this now. Whoops. I think the next thing I'll probably do is the event story. I believe that is next. By the time I'm recording this, hard mode should be out at reset. So I guess in 1 hour when this gets uploaded, the hard mode should be out and I should be able to do that. But anywho, for now it's just waiting for the anniversary to drop. Just a couple more weeks and we will see all that stuff. I guess next week is the live stream, right? Or I guess this weekend. It is like Wednesday, so yeah, next week doesn't make any sense. This weekend is the live stream. I'll definitely be able to stream that. It's at what? Saturday at like 3 in the morning or something, so I'll take a nap beforehand and hope I don't sound like a zombie, but no promises. Anyways, I think that is it for me. Let me know what you guys think about Claire's Bond story, and I'll catch you guys later.